A look there at M&T Bank Stadium, just off the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. The return starts from the 5. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it. And boy, did they ever.
He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
That's Goddard in motion. On third down, here's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman list. That's Devontae Smith.
You know, they gave up that last completion. That's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
That'll be returnable from the 35. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Off the play fake. Jackson. Look wide. Get this one complete. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Jackson now on second down. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. A Pro Bowler 4 years running, that is Max Crosby. In there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's third down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down. Tackle's made at about the 38-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On first down, it's Hurts. Short pass. He's got Calcaterra. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On play action, Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Now Hurts going to call his own number. And they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. A ball deep for the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage standing there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Here's Braden Mann now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Ravens offense ready for their 2nd possession. Still looking for our first points of this game. Probably not going to get them here. Final seconds, but anything's possible now. First quarter closes with 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Pushed out to his left. He takes off. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins from the 20. Here's 2nd and a couple as we are ready to get back underway. They send a receiver in motion left. Now the first carry for King Henry. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
And these are the explosive runs that opened everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. On the ground, this is Justice Hill. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And he couldn't get free along the sideline. He's out of bounds, no gain, and it sets up 4th down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
This will be returnable from his own 15. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6, mark it at the 31. Here comes 2nd and 4. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Philadelphia.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Sacked. A loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
Out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half.
Alexander on the tackle. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. So the Eagles will use their 1st time out here. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And an Eagle 1st down.
That's Goddard in motion. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
1st down, Eagle.
Hurts finding Smith and an Eagle. 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get Points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete to Smith. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
Brings up second and 1 at the Ravens' 5-yard line.
Now it's second and 1. Hurts will try it again. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Lamar going to hang on to it. And he'll finally be taken down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now it's Jackson. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. It's going to be their second, as they'll stop with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
Second and 6 at the 34-yard line.
It is second and 6. Back to throw, Jackson. That's complete. It's Justice Hill out of the backfield. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. Now, Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Eagles recover the football.
Recovered by Philadelphia.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee. Take this on into the locker room. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Ravens offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. To throw is Jackson. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
Here's Hill. Finding room at the 35. And a mark him down just shy of the 40. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Raven first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have two or three that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And he's brought down after a gain of 9.
Second and 8.
From the 41, here's second and 8. Now Jackson on the move. A throw on the move is caught. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
19 more on that one, and another first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
Hill brought in motion. Henry is in for a touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The extra point, up and good. And the Ravens will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for their first possession of this second half. We're trying to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, first and 10. The tight end motioning left here. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Hurts going to hold on to this one. Oh, a loose football. One of the Ravens has it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he gets this up to the 42.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Just his 1st catch. They have held him in check so far. But that one gives him a 1st down.
And I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far. And I think you can give the defense all the credit for that. There's his 1st catch of the game, and it comes here in the 3rd quarter.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. Ooh. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2. 4th quarter starts, and it's a run for Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage That's it.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. We'll try to run here with Barkley.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Now Hurts. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he will have the 1st down. So they roll the dice on 4th down in the red zone. And it pays off with 1st and goal.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Eagles. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? You're an extra point away from tying this thing up, but we got ourselves a ball.
Everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this after that first contact. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
2nd down, Jackson. This one complete to Hill. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Raven 1st down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups. He continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero.
Here in this good-looking drive, pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
6-yard line.
They'll send a man in motion left. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Taking the shot there as we reach the 2-minute warning.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. After that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game. As they approach midfield now, they've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker can be a hero.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Eagles' 22-yard line.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic.
Here comes 2nd down. Throwing Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off?
And he will power his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 6 coming up. That's Goddard in motion. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up the 1st down.
To the right side, caught by Goddard. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Hurts again. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and it comes with 15 seconds to play in the game. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down. Again, Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
First down, Eagles.
So it's a win here for the Ravens. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and they send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.